Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and ladies of the council. I'm Margarita Porter. Do I need to be sworn in?
No, you don't.
Okay. I'm Margarita Porter, and I'm the superintendent of New America School here in Las Cruces. I do have a short presentation just with information about our school and about where we are in the process asking you to please uphold the ruling of your Planning and Zoning Commission and the recommendation of your staff. So our request, again, is to maintain the 300-foot distance variance because we do have a school and a daycare, 0 feet between the pharmacy and New America School. That's it. Okay. Currently, we have 175 students, and this was as of August 29th. We are a free public school that is funded by the Public Ed Department. We opened in 2012, and in 2021, we opened the New Beginnings Child Care Center, which is licensed by ECECD. We can serve up to 12 children under the age of 24 months. And I do want to clarify his presentation because he does have some misinformation. New America has currently 2 programs. Students between the ages of 14 and 18 attend between 8:45 and 4:30. Students over 18 that are non-traditional, that means they've had a break in their high school education, they attend from 5:30 to 7:15. Our daytime students, once again, we have 117 students 18 and under. Our evening program has 58 students over 18. So that is one clarification that needs to be made. In 2017, the law was changed to where New America School could no longer serve students over 21. So prior to 2027, we did have a thriving adult population, but since then, we don't have any. I think if we have 1 or 2 students, they're either 23 or 24. So it's very, very minimal, 1 or 2 students. The New Beginnings Child Care Center is once again authorized, and right now we currently have 5 infants that we are serving, but we can serve up to 12. This is the view from our school toward the pharmacy, and it was already shown. So there are 4 windows that are currently classrooms that students can just look out and see toward the pharmacy. We are concerned that students will be distracted, that they will just be watching, they will be seeing who goes in and out, the parking lot, and so forth. So we're concerned about that. And so we just want to know that our students are safe. This is our child care playground, and that wall that you see there, that is what we share with the pharmacy. These are the views from the 2 first floor classrooms, and so you can see that it's where they had shown previous pictures that the pharmacy entrance, you can see who can go in and out of there. And so we're just concerned that that our students will be distracted once again, and they can see who goes in and who exits the pharmacy. And that's from the upstairs. That's the upstairs view. Other things that I would like to mention is that we were established when my brother's place was already there, and they were already serving liquor. The governing board voted to open at this location because it allowed students to use the bus route to attend New America School. It was centralized, and it had more accessibility for our community. We do serve an at-risk or at-promise population. We are at 100% free and reduced to lunch. So we do have students who need our services and need free breakfast and free lunch. The requirement is a 300-foot distance. In February, we were here also asking for the variance to be maintained when there was another THC cannabis dispensary being proposed at Casa de Alabanza. So we were here also requesting that variance be maintained, but it was approved. So once again, we're trying to maintain that safety of our school community. We're not opposed to Mesilla Valley Pharmacy. We're actually very glad that they're there. That's a great asset to our community. Dr. Acosta and I have a great relationship. They actually presented to our school board before they started their business, and they requested our support. When we took it to the board for a vote, the board voted not to support the THC and cannabis sales. So the pharmacy did have a choice. They did know that we were opposed to the business. Not the pharmacy, but Farm True is what we were opposed to. And so they did know that. And once again, other things that we're worried about, just traffic, just more vagrants, just in and out of that community. Just this afternoon, we had a vagrant in our property, and they were, causing trouble for our students while they were at lunch. And so just bringing more community people into our little campus, it's just worrisome for us. It's just adding more worry for our community. And I don't want families to be distracted or worried about or not choosing New America School because they are located next to a cannabis dispensary. We lost a lot of students due to the pandemic, and I don't want this to be one more issue that parents choose not to go to New America School. We have always been committed to maintaining the highest education environment for all of our students, especially because they are at risk. So once again, I am asking Mr. Mayor and the City Councilwomen to please consider upholding the recommendation by your staff. Thank you so much.
Ms. Porter,
Yes.
before you leave,
Yes.
I didn't realize you had a presentation. So I asked Ivo to remove the timer, but I would also ask if Christine would, past tense, put you under oath.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of law?
Yes, I do.
Well, what you gave.
Yeah, what I
basically.
gave,
Okay.
yes.
So now, are you open for questions from council?
Absolutely.
Is there any questions the council may have? Councilor McCollum?
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here for your presentation. I guess similar line of questioning for you in terms of the controlled substances at the pharmacy. How are you differentiating THC and those highly controlled substances that pose a larger threat to the health of children, through their parents' medicine cabinet and such? I'm curious about how you're...
So if I may, so last year, vaping has become an issue. And so we probably had 6 false alarms because students are bringing vapes with THC and nicotine onto our campus. And so we are struggling to keep those products off of our campus. We haven't seen other controlled substances on our campus. THC and nicotine, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about THC. So vapes and cannabis, the students are bringing it onto our campus. They're smoking it before they come onto our campus. So that's more easily accessed versus the controlled substance. It's recreational now, and so we're just worried. We had a 15-year-old just last week. It's like, you cannot smoke this on campus. Well, my mom bought it for me, right? So it's more easily accessed by parents, and they're sharing it with their children. And so we just want to add one more layer of protection and safety for our students.
Were you having some of these issues before April 1st this year?
So we have.
Okay.
So right now, I think we're at a 10% suspension rate right now in these 4 weeks that we've been in school and it's all because they're under the influence.
What kind of substance use education do you provide at New America?
So this week, we are going to have the effects of vaping and the effects of THC. I know that they mentioned that partnering with us. They have never reached out to us. I reached out to them last presentation because they had mentioned that someone from New America School was harassing them, and I went specifically to Dr. he said it wasn't true what was presented. Because once again, if that was happening, I was going to talk to the person and see what's happening, because that is not what we represent at New America School. I've never heard from them, but so this week, actually, on Friday, we are going to spend an entire morning just learning about the effects of THC and vaping, suicide prevention, and so a lot of social emotional learning is going to happen this Friday.
What kind of mental health support do you have for students?
Yeah, so we have a social worker that we contract with. She is on our campus 30 hours a week, and so she's there, and we have collaborations with La Vida Project. We have collaborations with several other agencies that come and support our students and teach the staff how to learn, how to intervene if a student is having a hard day or an issue.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next speaker,